Hello. Amy. Welcome to the zone. Hi, Kaz. You cannot see, but hi, Kaz. I made new overlays. And one of them is just on the site called All Caps Charity Zone. So we're gonna see that later. I've definitely put loads of effort into it. We can let's go to the charity zone. Welcome to the charity zone. I should add background to the charity zone. Let me remember how to do that. Let me remember how to add. It's a media source? Yes. There we go. Okay, welcome to the charity zone. We are now in the charity zone. We got a linky lonk, and behind me, you might be going, what is this odd translucent blue shape? This. Oh, thank you very much. This translucent blue shape is a pond. Or probably brackish water, actually. This blue shape is water. Or like a fish tank. Imagine one of those. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some little guys in there. And then we're gonna donate to charity to fill it up from the bottom with kelp for the little guys to eat. Oh god. So that's well, welcome to the Share Your Kelp stream. Do you have some kelp spare? If you have some kelp spare, you can give it to the little guys who aren't here yet. We need to create some little guys. So I think I'm gonna, for the first bit of this stream at least, I'm gonna draw some little dudes, and then we're gonna put them in our charity zone, and then we can feed them. We can give money to charity to feed them some kelp, and they can munch on the kelp. And then like, if £5 get donated to charity, maybe a little shrimp gets to have a munch. And then maybe £15, the reward is you get to see a crab eating the kelp. I'm professional. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. I think there is actually like a category for like doing an art. So okay. First things first. We need to open the art screen. We need to open the art device. And the art's not going to be great today, because it's going to be really. Yes. Hi, Kat. My current plan is for 2 weeks. I'm going to stream every day. Not always at the same time, that would be insane. I've got commitments. I had a class to go to this evening. That's why it's 8:30. But I'm going to try. And we're going to try and fill up the charity zone. If you have any spare kelp or coins, you may use human currency. I think that's preferred. There's a little guy up there. Little guy. You can scan that with a human phone. Or I can also just put a link in chat to it. And you can look at my amazing. Well, it's not really graphic design. I picked some colours. And they were the same colours that I always use. I can send a message. That's a long link. It's because it's the wrong link. That's the wrong link. I want this link. Here we are. You can share kelp there, and you can do a charity. I set up my fundraiser for all the charities that are in the Jungle Jam this year, and I can do an overview because, unfortunately, they picked too many causes that are relevant to me. So I felt bad picking one. So there are, let's count the numbies. There are 8 different charities, and they're all great. The first one on the list is Autistica. I want to support them for obvious reasons. I am actually a subscriber to the Autistica newsletter. I think it's really great. And I have been getting emails of the Autistica newsletter for long before they were a Jingle Jam charity, and they were part of the Jingle Jam last year. And I saw it in the newsletter and I was like, oh, that's very exciting. They're great. They do great stuff. The founder of Autistica is just an amazingly interesting person as well. She set up... Oh, we've got some kelp! You can see! The thing is... Woo! If we go into the Jingle Jam zone, we can see that Gaz has donated 10 human pounds. 10 pounds worth of kelp to the little guys who we're going to put in this tank. Yeah, for obvious reasons, Autistic's great. You can probably tell. And then we've got Become, and they help people in foster care and things. And because it's a pretty hard time. Imagine it'd be nice to have some support. And then there's Calm. Calm are also great. I've had some bad brain times. Love a helpline. They make a wishes on there. They're also great. As someone who is chronically ill, I can understand. They do great things. And then there's that Trevor Project, and they do loads of crisis prevention for Lugbatica. They're great. Also love them. So you can see how I couldn't choose one. There's the Grand Appeal, making sure that families can stay with their children in hospital. There's War Child, which pertinent recently. And then there's the Woofer. The Woof. I love the Woof. And it's the WWF if you can't speak Beanese. And obviously I want to support the Woof. No, not Woof, it's Woof. I like an animal, I like a guy. They're very important, they do great stuff for endangered creatures. And they're doing lots of stuff in the Amazon right now, working with local people to combat illegal logging, which is important because if people are illegally logging, where are the orangutans gonna live? And if there's nowhere for the orangutans to live, it's gonna be a worse world. Also, there are lots of frogs in the Amazon rainforest, which I obviously am a big fan of. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna okay, let's minimize you, and we can move my body over there, and I can open. I've got a very crowded monitor at the moment. Very crowded guy. We love some orangutan. They're weird frickin' animals. Where did I put my pen? I don't know. How am I gonna draw some guys if I don't have a pen? Oh, it's here. I didn't put it in the divot. I put it next to the pen divot. Yes. Oh, and also, for the people who are not familiar with the Jingle Jam appeal that happens every year, if you give them 35 of your human pounds, you can get some video games that cost more than £35. All you gotta do is, if you go, oh, another kelp! What you do is, if you go to donate, you can then, add to basket the collection of, there's 15 different games. I've played some of them. There's Tactical Breach Wizards on there, which is one of my favourite games of all time. We're gonna drop. Okay, let's go into the Jingle Jam Zone. Hello! And then we want to capture this one. I might do a tactical breach. The problem is I finished the game. But I think there are like extra bonus levels which are hard. So you can see me being a fucking dumbass. Okay, it's not that one. Which one of this one? This one? No, not that window. Can I capture? Maybe a different, because it's not a game. I want you to capture one of these. I want you to... Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Properties. Yeah. I've never had to... Okay, let's just find which one it is. There's a lot of Clip Studio Paint.exe that says null. And that is nothing. Is it because I've got it on the... Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to put it on this. We're going to put it on this one, and then we're going to capture a specific window. Then we're going to try and capture it again. Can you see it? No, okay, it's not that one. Is it this one? Can you see it? No, you can't. Okay, well, I'm gonna open a new file, and maybe that's why it's causing problems. No, file, new. Use those parameters, please. Not that button, this one. Oh my god. I just want to draw a crab or like a prawn. What is the hotkey? There's an option for capture foreground with a hotkey, but it doesn't tell me what the hotkey is. Oh god. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google what the hotkey is. Okay. OBS capture for with hotkey. What hotkey is it? Oh, you go into the settings. And then we can draw a crab. Settings. Hotkeys. Capture Wimbo. Capture. Brub. Oh, that's for okay. Capture foreground window. Okay, so what I should be able to do is go, not you, this one, and go. Oh, he's not happy. That did not work. Okay, we want to go in here. Then... Why are you so upset? Okay, we're gonna add a new type of display capture. And there we go! Yes! I'm so fucking clever. I'm such a smart little dude. And we put it here, and we go zorp! And we go zmorp! And we go zippity bee! And I think that's fine. I think we can live with it. Don't want you seeing my hotbar. I don't want you to know how I live. I don't, but the only way I can do it is just to capture the entire monitor. Okay, now we can draw some dudes. Let me check if I can unstream. Okay, what we're gonna do though is we're gonna add some begum, because otherwise it'll just be spectacular silence. Media source. Add existing. Begum. Bam! Okay. Let's find... What was I even doing? Oh, yeah, I remember. Edit stream info. Category. Art? Is that a game called art? Or does it mean drawing? In... crafts. Makers and crafting is a category. Well, the problem is I don't know if the top category that comes up is a video game that's called art. I'm just gonna... What we're gonna do is we're gonna open Twitch and check that category. What category? Yeah. The category is called art. That's okay, cool. Yes. Bam! Done! Games get called so many things. Okay, now we can draw some dudes, and we can get them to eat the kelp if I can find my pen. Where did I put it? Where did I found it? Okay. We need some guys. We need some guys to eat the kelp. Is that gonna... Oh, because I'm not... There we go. So, we need a crab. We should have an emerald crab. They frickin' love kelp. Emerald crab. They love algae, and kelp is algae. It's not a plant. Oh, they are very pretty crabs. They're very green crabs. I've never seen a crab so green. I guess it's because they can blend in with the seaweed. Oh, they're very good. Okay. So, crabs are basically a little hamburger. They're just a little hamburger guy. Okay. I want this color. And I want to go into my pencils. And everything is slightly wrong. Let's go up. I want pencil number 1. No, I don't. I want pencil number 2. Yeah, okay, good. Of the Mary Jane? To me, Mary Jane is a type of shoe. You know, the ones that they look like that, and then they've got the little buckle. And then whoop, whoop, beam, beam, beam. That. Oh, yeah, good, yep, good. I remember now. We're gonna draw a crab. So crabs are just the little hamburgers of the sea. And they've got a little face about here. and we want the sort of the claws to be coming down here so he can eat all the treats. They've got pretty muscular arms, these crabs. Yeah, so what we want is sort of want this sort of shape. And they've got quite like a little scoop shape. And now, don't worry, I'm removing the little face, but I'm going to redraw his face so it's in a better zone. There we go. Because his eyes go here. They don't really have eye stalks, emerald crabs. They've got pretty close peeps. And they've got a little mouth right here. And they want to get kelp and seaweed and little algae gumbos right in that little mouth. They've got a whole host of leggy bits. So they've got these sort of big muscular biceps. That's what you want on a crab. And then they've got these sort of they've got these little armored elbow segments. Little elbow plates. Keep those joints cozy. And then it's time for big claws. I'm making a pretty buff crab here. I'm gonna have to resize these claws. Okay. So we've got a top claw and a little guy. No, that's not bloody right. That's not right. So there's your little crab tumby. And we want this sort of shape first. And then the pinchy. Then the pinchy. And he's got a grabber. They've got sort of longer grabbers than that. I've turned them pretty chonkers. Pretty chonkers bonkers. They've got quite little dexterous little handsies. It looks like. Yeah, so I think what we want to do is change the perspective on this arm a little bit. Do a bit of crab foreshortening, because we are artists here. Welcome to Fancy Art School. Today, crab foreshortening. And it's the wrong guy, and then we can have his claw bits here. Hi, Ash. Welcome to the kelp zone, the kelp charity time. They're like little burgers. They're burgers of the sea. If you needed to pick up a crab, how would you pick it up? Like a burger. Just scoop him. Pick him up top and bottom. He's got two halves of his shell, like two burger buns. And he squizzles his way out of those buns when he needs to make a new shell. Too big for the old one. Gotta take off a very tight pair of trews. Yeah, tortoises are also hamburgers. Well, they're sort of more like pizzas. They're very, very big. Because, like, if you wanted to carry a sea turtle, you wouldn't pick it up like a hamburger. You'd pick him up like a pizza. I mean, I'm right. Just because I'm not respected in my field. There we go. That's more right. Those are some kelp-eating hands. Yeah, you're ready to eat 15 pounds worth of kelp. Yeah, it does depend on the size. If it's a baby turtle, you can pick him up like he's a little hamburger, like he's a little hamburger slider. They're one of those little hors d'oeuvre hamburgers that I hear exist. But if he's a big sea turtle, like one of those green dudes, it's a large man. That's a big pie. A big old calzone. Okay, that's a great right arm. Left arm, it's his left. Oh, I love pancake turds. Little pancake turtles. Do you mean like the little soft shelled guys? Cause they're just like, they're crepes. That's an ocean crepe. Or a pond crepe. I can't remember if the soft guys are freshwater or saltwater. I think they're probably freshwater. Yeah, we can put a turtle at the top. So all tortoises are turtles, but not all turts are torts. So a tortoise is a land friend, but they're a type of turtle. Well, leatherback turtles, they're not squishy, but they don't have solid backs. But yeah, like the family is turtles, and then the land ones are tortoises, but the land ones are also still turtles. The wet ones only turtles. This is a good crab. I'm happy with this crib. I mean, he needs legs, but he looks like a friend. He looks like a guy you could hang out with at the bar. If this guy sat down next to you at the bar, how would you feel? Would you offer him a J2O? Oh yeah, do shake his hands. His little grabbers. Just a little grabby dude. Just so you know what type of cool party person I am, the two first drinks that came to my mind for you to offer this crab were a J2O or a Sprite. A J2O. How the fuck do I explain what J2O is? It's. Imagine if juice was more expensive and in a glass bottle, and you ordered it at establishments that sell alcohol. That's what J2O is. It's like H2O, but it's juice. It's a bottle of juice. Yeah, it's fruit juice, but it's fruit juice that's like, whoa! Whoa! And it comes in a glass bottle and you can drink it if you don't want to have beer. If you're a child at a pub, you get a J2O. It's fucking nice fruit juice, to be fair. I don't know what they do to it. I don't know how they get it to be different than juice, but it is. Ba-da-bop. Boom, boom, boom. Kelp grabbing hands. He's ready to grab that kelp. It's not a soda though. J2O is flat. It's still. It just tastes, whoa! Also, at Christmas time, they do one with glitter in it. I don't know why, but it gets me. I've never in my life seen carbonated J2O. It's not actually glitter. It's like shimmery bits, so like mica, but you can eat it, so it's not plastic. Whereas most edible glitter, you are right, is just plastic glitter that you won't absorb bits of and just goes through your system. But no, it's like shimmery, powdery stuff that they mix in with it. So it is more similar to mica, which is rocks. So you're getting your vitamins in. Well, your minerals. I wonder how much mica is safe to consume. Because, I mean, I've definitely inhaled some. Oh, what a good crab. That's a little dude. He's got places to be. Now he needs some legs to get to those places. Yeah, I mean, I think back when I was thinking about how edible glitter is just plastic, microplastics were less of a concern globally. But I mean, I still don't want it in my body. It could get stuck. Like, if you have certain gastric conditions, little particles can be bad. Like, I know sesame seeds can be problems for some people with, like, Crohn's disease. Because they can get in places and cause irritation. So we're gonna need 4 legs on each side. And they're sort of three segmented leggies. I mean, I know some stuff about glitter. I'm not sure I know what this specific glitter mystery is. How big are your legs, sir? He doesn't have very big leggies. Yeah, his leggies are like this long is the longest one. And I think that one would be hidden. Boop boop boop. Need some leggies for my crab so he can get to his business meetings. As we all know, crabs are avid businessmen. So when I had surgery, when I was like getting assessed for if it would be suitable for me, the psychologist asks me if I drink. I say yeah. He asks me what sort of things I drink. I say, well, I drink a bit of cider. And then he says, so how many ciders would you have in a week? And I had to say to this very lovely man, less than that. I drink less than one. I drink a cider. It's more than amounts per year that we're looking at here, my guy. I love an arthropod. Love an arthropoda. It's a great family. Oh, do you want to know a fun... Well, it's probably not fun for some people. But you know the sea... Ooh, glitter mystery. I had a really hard time getting into a glitter factory for a report. During an company interview, the representatives was very tiptoey around the question of who their biggest customers were, but said you'd be surprised. Oh, I fucking love that. That's great. Do you think it's the government? Do you think the government buys a lot of glitter? It'd be fucking hilarious if they do. I don't know what they're using it for. Oh! See, I can think of more government reasons to buy a shit ton of glitter than the military. But, like, the thing I'm mainly thinking of... Oh! Boat coatings. It depends what type of glitter it is, though, because different types are used for different applications. But for like metallic, shimmery paints, they use metal flakes rather than your traditional plastic glitter. Oh, so that's why people are thinking maybe military. Yeah, if you're gonna make a shimmery paint coating for something, you usually use metal sort of glitter bits rather than plastic glitter. Okay, the main thing that I'm thinking of a reason why you might want to buy shit tons of glitter is it feels like a tax thing. It feels like you can't have over this amount of money or you have to pay a different band of tax. So what you do every year is buy a shit ton of glitter with the excess money. And that would be my guess. That's the first thing that I think of. How would you at home commit tax fraud with glitter? Well, it's not tax fraud. It's like tax. It's the one that's allowed, but it's very naughty. Because like it's one of them of tax evasion is the illegal one. Tax avoidance is fine, but very naughty. See, the thing is that the back legs of the crib, they sort of go backwards. But not super backwards. Maybe I'll just... Whoop. Yeah. Tuck him in. And then on this side... Yeah. Just sort of that bit. And he's ready to go! Now, I can't remember what I fucking said, so my brain immediately went to the thing I said about tax. No, it's about the leg thing, isn't it? It just needs a bit of line work, innit? Make a nice new layer, take this layer, go whoop, beep. How do we want to line him? Do I want to do it in pencil? It could be cute. It could be a cute vibe. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think that glitter could be a great, weird loophole. Yeah, that one's cute. Let's go up a bit though. Yeah. I do love how the, he is an educated referee, need glitter for your income. Well, I'm sure you could write it off as a business expense for loads of different applications, is the thing. Like, there are lots of uses for glitter. I do love how little crab mandibles do sort of look like a little happy face. And he's got some lumps and bumps, does the emerald crab. So we're gonna give him... No, that makes him look like a little angry dude. So let's just give him a nice little whoop. Protected little head. He's ready for school. No one's gonna throw a basketball in his face. Actually happened to me as a child. Give him a knife. I mean, I guess he might need a knife and fork so he can eat his scalp. Yeah, what bit do I want to do next? I want to do this arm. He's a little buff boy. Bow, 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 bow. Bum, 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 bum. Some bath bombs do have glitter in them. So yeah. I love a crab mouth. I think they've got great little mouths. I love seeing crustaceans eat things. I think it's really good. Because I just love seeing them with their little pinchy grabs. And they go gently pinch, put in mouth. Pinch, put in mouth, pinch, pinch, yum, 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 yum.
They're very dainty when they eat. Like, I love, like, freshwater shrimp as well, watching them eat. I think they're great. They just go about their day being silly little dudes. They're silly little peepers. Yeah, that is a good YouTube video. Yeah! That is a bit of internet, like, that's a heritage post. I think I wanna squinch this into his little socket a bit more. Beep. Pop. Boom. Boom. Sometimes it's just nice to eat with a friend. And that friend can be a crib who's having a great onion ring experience. Like, imagine being a crab and having your first ever onion ring. Would it blow your little crab mind? Would it blow your little decapod mind to have an onion ring? This is reminding me of a thing that Hank Green said, and I can't remember what the, like, otherwise context was. It might have been because he's doing a show called Ask Hank Anything, where, like, internet people come and ask him good questions. It's a great show, but mainly if, like me, you fucking love weird questions that people ask. It's one of my main enjoyments in this life. Love it when people have a weird question. But so Hank Green said, imagine giving a whale like a curry spiced krill. Like, it would blow their mind. But then they would never have curry spiced krill again, and I'd go to their whale friend and be like, I had this amazing krill. And their friend would be like, where can I get it? And the first whale would just be like, you can't. I've experienced this high, and I can never experience it ever again. I am damned. I've tasted heaven, and I am stuck on earth. I think that might have been on the episode with Brian David Gilbert, because he asked about aliens. And I mean, similar, isn't it? Spice latte. I mean, I don't think it would be bad necessarily. I'm not really a coffee guy. But I don't think it'd be bad. And maybe that's my problematic opinion. But I don't think it would be necessarily bad. It's just a good mix of spices. Oh my god, do you people know about sand bubbler crabs? Fucking love those little weirdos. Well, they're little beach crabs, little dudes. They live in little tunnels on the beach. And what they do is, at low tide, they all wake up and they say good morning to each other. Hello, Marjorie. How was your evening? Or just I played a bit of Scrabble. They've got tiny Scrabble sets underground. But it's crab words, so hard to play if you're not a crab. They like moving the pieces around. So they all wake up. They come out of their little tunnels at the low tide, And what they do is they sift through the sand. So they'll scoop up a whole bunch of sand in their little mouth, and they're getting the little particles and little plankton guys that have stuck between the grains of sand when it was high tide. And what they do is they get the grains in their mouth, yum, 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 like a little washing machine for the beach, and they make a little sand orb. They make a little bubble of sand, a little round sand ball. And when they've made the little ball with their little mouth bits, when they've cleaned up all of that ball of sand grains, they pop it down. And then they go to the next patch of sand, and they go yum, 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 yum. Make another little ball of cleaned up sand, and they do this like out from their burrow, so like they go radially out from their little burrow, making little pathways to walk until the whole beach is covered in little balls of sand that have been sifted through by these little cribs. And then when it's time for high tide to come soon, they go back to their little burrows in the sand, their little holes, and they take the sand around it, and they use their mouth parts again to make a little roof to seal in their burrow so they have air, and they go hide in their burrow until low tide comes again. And I love them. Look up some videos of them because they're just great to watch. It's great to watch them doing their little thing, getting their little snacks. It's nice when a snack comes with enrichment, like rolling up a little ball of sand. You know, like a baby bell. You know, I do think that every single human on this great Earth, and the ones on the ISS, they're not exempt just because they're in space. They're in orbit. They're in Earth. All humans, I think, have at least one fucking deranged food thing. That's what it is. That's the human condition. That's what it is to be human. To be a human, you have one deranged food habit. All of us have at least one. Like, the Baby Bell factory guys, they're all our enrichment team, and they're working very hard. That's not a deranged food thing, that's just food. I mean, shit like, do you always fold the Baby Bell wrapper in a specific way? We all do things like that. Or we're all like, well, you can't eat this food with this food even though it's perfectly serviceable. I don't mean foods that are culturally odd to other people. I mean, we've all got a weird fucking deranged thing we do about food that is unique, perhaps, to us. We all do it. It's what it is to be human. We also all have whack food opinions. One of humanity's main hobbies is to have good-natured arguments about food. Like, quickest way to get called a psychopath is to talk about what you do with, like, wrappers from, like, a tin of sweets. Now that is odd. Like, initially my brain thought, oh, putting cottage cheese in the egg and then making scrambled eggs with some cheese inside. Fine, cool, maybe put some ketchup on at the end. Lovely little brekkie. But no, that is odd. I fucking love cottage cheese, though. I mean, I am lactose intolerant, but and it's a very lactose cheese. But I would eat that shit out of the pot with a spoon. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad times. That's bad news bears. You're gonna have a wet mess. Now that is a deranged food habit. Boom, boom, boom. Now this is a little guy. There we go, that's a whole guy. Now he just needs a bit of colour. Tormented by cottage cheese. Okay, let's see. What do we want to colour him with? Got some watercolour guys. Oh, this one's quite nice. And this, yeah, let's use him. Let's use the little cream pencil. Well, I mean, once again, as a lactose intolerant person, you can definitely be tormented by cottage cheese. One time, I had a nice little pudding and a little chalky cake, and I wanted to put some clotted cream. No, I don't think it was clotted cream, actually. I think it was heavy cream. I want to put some heavy cream on my cake. Have a little cream and cake time. And so I was spooning it on, and I remembered that cream is fucking delicious, so I spooned a bit into my mouth. And then I spooned another bit into my mouth, and then I remembered that cream is just milk, and I felt unwell. I had briefly forgotten that this is poisonous to me. And I was like 3 spoonfuls into my mouth in that I remembered. Oh dear, this is poison. That's quite radioactive. There we go, that's a good colour for a creeb. And I'm not gonna super worry about how clean this is. I think it's kind of cute, being a bit, you know, sort of hand-drawn vibes. Now I am just remembering, I don't really want him to blend in with the background of the kelp. I mean, that is what he's supposed to do, though. That's his job. Is to hide in the seaweed so you cannot find him. And give him a munch. Boom, boom. The seaweed, yeah, so I'm fundraising for Jingle Jam, which is a fundraiser that happens every December. Is mainly for like a streamers and gamers thing to raise money. And part of the Jingle Jam is they support a mix of charities. There are 8 charities this year, covering a bunch of different stuff. There's Autistica, obviously relevant to me. Oh, my controller's fallen over. The WWF is on there this year. There's the Campaign Against Living Miserably, who do lots of crisis support for people with mental health stuff, and the Trevor Project's on there as well. Loads of really great stuff. And so if you go onto the donation page, you can click add to cart on the Jingle Jam Games bundle, and you can donate, like you have to donate at least £35. That's how much the bundle costs. And all this £35 goes to all the charities. And you get 15 games and also some sometimes they have like DLC for some games in there, and there are some discounts for different bits and bobs in there as well. So you get all those codes in an email and you can then redeem them on Steam and such. But there are some great games in the collection this year. There's Tactical Breach Wizards, which I love. There's Dungeons of Hinterberg as well, which looks really cool, and I might play this week on the stream, because I haven't played it myself, but it's a really cool one. And it's got some good vibes. There's Mouthwashing as well, which content warning for it. It's a very dark game, but it's a very cool game. But yeah, there are eight different charities in total. On the page, you should be able to, if you scroll down, there's like a little link in support of Jingle Jam, and you can click on there and read a bit more about it, I think. Let me just do a little checky. Yeah, so if you look on my campaign page, you scroll down past the cool image of me drawing a crib, and then there's the About This Campaign section, and then you can scroll down further to, it says the cause. My cause is Jingle Jam because I want to support all the charities because too many of them were good. And then next to that is Event Jingle Jam 2025, and you can click on Jingle Jam 2025, and that will take you to the total amount raised this Jingle Jam, which is already £500,000. And then you can scroll down, you can see all the games and see like a small description of them. And then if you scroll down, you get all 4 of the charities and you can read a bit more about them. And some of them on their like own charity website, they have like a little what we've been able to do because of Jingle Jam last year. Are these the kind of games that a cheap-ass laptop can handle? Tactical Breach Wizards definitely is. My laptop wasn't particularly shit, but you can definitely play Tactical Breach Wizards. Some of them are a bit more. Core Keeper is on there, if you've seen that. It's sort of a fun little crafting game. But yeah, I think some of them, because one of them is like a little card battler guy. And there's a chill little farming game as well. So yeah, I think some of them will be able to run, but also if there's ones in there that don't particularly appeal to you super much, you get it as a code. So that means you can find a friend who likes that game and go, ha ha ha, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, have a video game. So it's a cool time. Getting the milk out for coffee and edging it with a glass of milk as well. I could not do that. If I put milk in my body, I'll vomit. It's a problem. I'm gonna put a bit of yellow on the guy. Give him a little bit of yellow on his leggies. Boom, beam, beam, beam. Yeah, milk's a bad time for me. I'm generally one of those lactose intolerant people who just pretends I don't have it. Oh Jesus, because I mean I've got worse gastric issues. I couldn't give a shit. Like, dude, I've got gastritis. Lactose intolerance. I don't know. Lactose intolerance has. These are the little leagues. Generally I'm fine though, I'm not too bad. I mean, apart from the milk vomiting. If it's something that contains milk, I'm usually fine. And I don't have to worry. But I do have a very strong reaction to pure milk, which I know a lot of lactose intolerant people don't have. Like, I know most people, it's a gastric issue. Mainly thing. I will just vomit milk. Which is a problem because I like a hot chocolate. And the thing with hot chocolate is because it tastes like a jockey, you forget that it's a mug of milk. It's entirely a mug of milk. Oh, thank you. Look how much kelp we've got in the bowl. Let's head to the charity zone. Look how much kelp we've got. I'm going to have to quickly get on making these guys. We've almost got our first guy done. He's got lots of food. He won't feel anxious. Lots to eat. And let's get a bit of a darker color as well. Up that on the back. Yep, yep. I will say I've never heard of anyone else who milk makes them straight up vomit. Little tummy? I just need to do the eyes. Now he is ready to go out and eat kelp. That's our first dude. How am I going to export this? How am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? I want to go... Yeah, what I want to do is I'm going to get these in a group and I'm going to file and I'm going to save as and I'm going to... I want to find art with photos. And we'll call them the charity guys. We'll save that. And I'm gonna pop you into the charity zone while I export that because I just remembered it's the whole screen. So let's head to the charity zone and you can see when he eventually gets there. Okay, I want the layers. I want to flatten them all. I want to flatten all the layers. Merge visible layers. Oh no, I don't want to do that because I want to remove the background. Merge visible layers. Move them up to this corner. Edit. And change canvas size. Zoop! And then, where's it's over here. Okay. And then we want to go file. We want to export a single layer image. We want to export a punch. Pop it in stream. Emerald crab. Okie dokie. Yes. And then in charity zone we add an image. And then we find the image and it's in the stream folder. And here he is. There's our guy! And he's ready! Look at him! Yum, 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 yum. He's eating that kelp. He's having a great day. He's having a lovely time. He's... Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. I hope you could see me doing that. Yeah, you can. Okay, good, great. I'm a really normal streamer, actually. I'm actually really quite normal. Okay, great. Balance has been restored to the universe. Okay, who do we want next? We could do like an urchin. Urchins love feeding on kelp. Get them all. And urchin will be quick. I can draw an urchin. I can bash out an urchin. Let's move over to the art screen. We will do a Shrambus. I promise we'll do a Shrambus. We can do multiple Shrambi. Okay, we can do an urchin. What? To do an urchin, we go into special ruler, and we want to go into radial lines, and we want to pop it right there. I don't know if you're ready for how cool this urchin's gonna be. Wait, what I want to do first is I do want just like a circle. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. That's a circle. And then we want to get this guy, and we'll pop that in the sort of vague middle of our circ. Well, that was the wrong fucking way, wasn't it? Well done, me. That's fine. We'll fix it later. Don't worry about it. Bam, 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 bam. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, 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 beep. Bam, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bim. Bim, 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 bim. Bim, 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 bim. Can you tell why I want to support Autistica? Bim, 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 bim. Then we want some little bits here and there. Some little spiky guys for our dude. Urchins are related to starfish. They also have the five-sided symmetry. You just can't tell because they've decided to be round. Well, we don't really like having legs. I'm just gonna become an angry little ball. And I'm gonna eat kelp. And I'm gonna not move around much. And that's gonna be my life. No, this is an urchin. This is not a Shrambo. I do a Shrambo and a man. See? Perfect Shrambo! And we want him to be purple. Not too aggressive, but they are quite dark purple. Then we want to go here. And we want a bit of a bigger brush. And now you might be saying, right, it makes it look the dark makes it harder to see the spikies. Oh, you just wait. You just wait for the ideas in my brain. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna find my mouse cursor, and we're gonna go right click, and we're gonna go delete rule because we no longer need him. Thank you for your service. And then we're gonna go here and then. Well, to be fair, I don't think it's the urchin giving you the septicemia. I think that's a byproduct of the urchin's wrath. That's a little guy. That's an angry little dude. We want to go. Well, we want to go save. We want to head to the charity zone. My favorite zone to be in. I love the charity zone. It's great here. And then what we want to do is we want to go boop. We want to go edit. We want to go change the canvas size. We want to go weep, whoop, wimb. We want to go, okay. Now we export as a single layer as a PNG. And we go, this one's called an urchin. And we want to put him in the stream so I can find him. And we save. And we go, okay, that looks great. Okay, he looks great. And then we remember to go beep. Pop. And then we add an image. We call it urchin. And we find him. We find the dude. Here he is. Here's our little urchin. He doesn't move as much as the crab. Nice. That's our little urchin. Let's draw a Shrambus. Fan favorite Shrambus. Everyone loves a Shrambus. I've never met a man who doesn't love a Shrambo. No, you gotta miss the Shramb. That is a shame, but I will see you some other time. If you manage to catch a stream sometime in the next 2 weeks, you can see the Shrambo then. Yeah, you'll see him. We'll go to the charity zone and see the Shramb. We'll see the dude. Okay, what type of Shramb does everybody want? Does anyone have any fave Shrambus species? There are lots of saltwater shrimps, though it's much more common for freshwater shrimbos to be... It's much more common to have algae-eating freshwater shrimbos. I think saltwater shrimbos tend to be quite carnivorous. But they can be there to help the other dudes. Pistol shrimp, that's a good guy. Yeah, that's a guy. He has basically got lasers. A pistol shrimp, they're a little Shrambus who lives in the salt water. And what they do is they've got one real big claw. They've got a normie claw and then one real big one that's like bigger than their face. And they snap real hard. And it makes a boop. They're the little cavitation bub shramps. They can interfere with sonar because they're good at clicking their fingers so good. Yeah, they're called pistol shrimp because it really hurts. It really hurts if they hit you with it. Oh, they do like living in the seagrass. Because they can hide. The shrimp are considered a major source of sound in the ocean. These are loud dudes. Oh, we've got some cool stripy ones. There are some stripy little candy cane dudes out there. We can for sure. We can have one of these. Is it always the same side that's the big claw? He's a lefty, lefty, lefty. Now I don't know if that's a righty or it's a flipped image. He's a lefty. That guy looks like a righty. Left. That one's right. Okay, I think it's different. That one's right-handed. That one's right-handed. That one's left-handed. Yeah, they're like, you may know the mantis shrimp. The pistol shrimp is like a small guy. But the mantis shrimp uses like a hammer thing, which also makes a loud noise, but the pistol shrimp, they have a little claw. I love a decapod. Decapods are amazing. What a fun stripy doodad. Well, let's draw a pistol shrimbo. Pop him here. I want him facing left, I think. So they've got pretty classic Shrambo bod. So we've got sort of a big portion of the bod that goes here, and it's sort of on a downwards tilt. And then they've got their funky tail bit that comes up, and then they've got their little tail bit there. And this is also where the little face is sort of here on their bod. It's sort of poking out. Bow, bow, bow. God, they got weird little bods, those Shrambuses. So that's sort of where. And then they've got quite a little tucked down a little tail. There we go, that's looking like a shrimbo. Now they've got a lot of leggies, because they're a decapod. They've got 10 leggies total. Yeah, and they're all on this portion of the bod. I do think they've got great leggies. And then yeah, they've got their little claws. They're sort of here. And they're quite sort of dainty with them, really. Keep them all tucked up. So this is going to be his little small claw. Oop. Yay! Well, you have to tell me which games you like. Okay, front sort of 3 pairs of legs are all going forwards. And they come from sort of here. And then they do a whoop, and then they've got the last pair. Sort of do a this guy. I mean, they are still quite forward, actually. So from our perspective, sort of like that, I guess. Love a Shrambus. They're great. They just sit around all day, sifting through stuff, being little dudes. And honestly, perfect life. Like, I cannot think of better ways to spend your time. Now, these are one of those Shrambos that have little face whiskers. They've got some appendages upon their face. So here is the facial zone of the Shrambo. His beeper is like here. And he's got his little doodads. Like that. Now, of course, we gotta give him his canonical big claw. It's quite a big claw. Like, some of these Shrambos I'm looking at, their claw is like their whole bot. they missed leg day. These Shramboses. So I'm assuming it's similar to the legs where it's going to be a this shape. Yeah, it looks like it. But it's a frickin', that's another chunky old claw they've got. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think mainly we're just gonna see the claw bit from this perspective. Let's give him a little bit of a... There we go. Wow! Yeah, free... What a world we live in! Free games! Free games, and some people get to have a good, better time. That's just pretty great. That's just great stuff. Boom, 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 beam, beam. We need a big old claw for you, sir. We'll check back in with the refs. That is the reference, not the referee. Yeah, so that's sort of the movie guy. That sort of bottom one, then we want the top one to be sort of more attached. I think that's a dude. He's got his little whiskies. So he can feel about. I love a fish that has like little feelies. Like loaches. I love a loach with the little barbells and they go about just touching everything. Touching everything with their little feely faces. Giving everything a good old sniff. It's like they're just going around the world and just licking everything, giving everything just a quick mlem. Generally I love fish that aren't shaped like fish. If you're gonna keep an aquarium, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you get some weird little dudes? Okay, time to line this guy. Okay. Beeper. Beep. I think I want to make the line a bit thinner on that peep. So we can get some good shiny bits in. Boop. His little dainty claw. There we go. I need to stretch one of my leggies out. Oh, crunch, crunch, crunch. Eep. My little drawing leg. So this is the problem. Whenever I draw, I always get leg pain. Because of how I sit. Because I usually sit cross-legged, because then it provides like a flat, stable surface for my drawing tablet. But oh boy, does it mean I get leg pain. my hippies. My hippies. My knees don't like it either. Yup. Okay, let's try have some folded leggies. There we go. Let's see if that's more optimal. Gotta continue with this little dude. Very important work. He's gonna be a stripy guy. Okay, I might want to rotate this. I've been really good today. Look how much I've not rotated the canvas and upset your eyes. I mean, I think part of it is I've got a drawing tablet that's a display tablet, so it's got a screen on it. Usually, I use it just as a general drawing tablet, like I have the screen on here, but I use my computer monitor because it's a bigger screen. I find it a bit easier to work with. I don't usually use it as a display tablet is intended of looking at the tablet itself. So I think that's why I'm not rotating as much, because I could just rotate the tablet instead. Which you can't do with a computer monitor, he's too big. Yes, but this is a good practice, because I don't usually do this, and I wanna do this more because I've got less monitor space these days. Now that I've moved to computer rather than laptop, but also because it'd be better for my legs and because I've got myalgic encephalomyelitis, which is also called chronic fatigue syndrome, which means I'm sleepy a lot and I need to have a lie down. But sometimes I want to draw, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to get a display tablet, because they're a bit more expensive than ones that don't have a screen in them. But having it on this, because like when you draw, if you have a tablet connected to a monitor, you need them to be like perfectly in line, otherwise your brain doesn't work. You can have it a bit off, but it's not ideal. You want it to be pretty much in line. So I kind of like lie down with it. But with a display tablet I could, and just look at the display on the tablet instead. So it's good to have practice of doing it this way, to get me used to it a bit more. So then I will use it when I need to be laying down in my blankets, because my little feetsies are getting cold. I think it is really cold, which, I mean, it is. But I think I must have really bad circulation in my extremities, because now it's gotten to winter time again. When I basically always have a blanket on me anyway. I love a blanket. I love being cozy. I need to be in my little burrow. I'm just a little cave-dwelling beastie. But whenever I take my hands out to like type on the keyboard or use the mouse, the ends of my fingers start going numb because it's too cold. So I think I must have like a circulation issue. But I get it with my feeties as well. My feet get very, very cold, especially if they're out of the blanket. But like I've got a heated blanket guy, and that helps. Because my feet won't warm up on their own. If I wrap them in a blanket, there is no heat. But the heated blanket will warm them up. Also, what is your food heaven? Share the food heaven! Tonight, I'm probably gonna have like a cheese and crackers dinner, which is a type of food heaven. I'm kind of excited for it. Because I've got the vegan chorizo that was really good. I'm so excited about that discovery. I had fried rice last night. There's a little flavorful protein guy, because I had some rice that I made a couple days back in the fridge. And I chopped that up, fried that off to flavor the oil, and fried the rice, and it was great. Like, the texture was really good, which is a big problemo with a lot of vegan, vegetarian protein options. But I mean, a lot of chorizo is like a Spanish spiced cured sausage time. Like it's a cured and dried out preserved guy. So he's not like you need to cook him. But yeah, so he's like, and he's often a spicy dude. And so you get like the sausage, and it's like this like wrinkly guy. Because he's been like dried out and cured, and then there's another one here. And there's a dried out guy. But yeah, he's a spicy sausage dude. From Spain. So, I mean, you're supposed to say like chorizo. Because Spanish. But yeah, it's a cured meat product that, of course, I've not eaten in years. I mean, I didn't really eat it much when I wasn't vegetarian. It's not like a common dude. But it is good in cooking. Because it's very flavorful. You can get a lot of flavors into your other ingredientes. So when I made my fried rice, I seasoned the rice like pretty basically. Because he's a spicy dude. Maybe you have, I don't know why we call it chorizo. Maybe Italy at some point made a sausage and was like, and we were like, oh, this looks like the Italian one, we're just gonna pronounce it like Italians do. Well, that's a very good trambus. Just give him some little leggies on the other side. Little leggy hints. Just needs a bit of color. That's our guy peeled. Yeah, I don't know why we'd do that. I mean, maybe because like in an English accent, chorizo sounds fucking silly. And chorizo, it's easier to say chorizo than chorizo. Like, I think it might be like how in English accent, we often do like a glottal stop. So like chorizo. and it becomes chorizo. Alrighty, we want to color his base in white. Which one? Oh, beans. This layer. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna do it in grey, and then so I can see where it is, and then we're gonna color that in white. Beam, 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 beam. It's okay if the legs are a little bit translucent, because, I mean, have you seen a Shrambus recently? Shrambos are they're pretty translucent guys. You can see all the way through some Shrambos. And a lot of Shrambos, they want you to see through them, because then they are hidden. They're like, hee hee hoo hoo. I'm just a bit of sea detritus. I'm not a tasty snack. I'm just eating detritus over here while also pretending to be detritus. And don't we all feel like that sometimes? There we go, okay. See, usually I have my paper not white, but because new computer. So, the specific shade of cream that I use. No, that feels really dark now. That is not the specific shade of cream that I use. Let me bring it over to here so I can see it on here. That's closer to the shade of cream that I use. I'm gonna have to open some old drawings and just copy the background color. Okay, brilliant. And now we can keep this in preserve opacity so we can do the stripes. You know, and a nice gnarly red. Pretty bright red on these dudes. And let's just go woo! Okay, maybe slightly more on this way. Need to get the gnarliness correct. Yeah, me when I'm a zooplankton. Just zooplankton. I hope, and I'll be very excited if there is. I really hope that somewhere there is like a lo-fi playlist that's like chill zooplankton vibes to float to. I just think that would be great. I'd love that. I want to give him a little red tail. That's a funky dude. This guy shows up at the club. What a cool guy. Now that's a guy I want to hang out with. Do I need to make the lo-fi chill out beats of zooplankton vibes? I'm not exactly a musician. Not one of any skill. I don't want it too red and untextured. He's a fancy little guy. What a dude. Just give him a little peeper. I think that's our guy. I think he's ready to go in the kelp zone. Let us hop over to the charity zone, where, as you can see from this non-numbered progress bar, we've raised 50 human pounds for charity. What a cool fun time that is. And now another guy can live in our little kelp zone. Look how much kelp there is for all our little dudes. I wanna go to change the size, edit, and I wanna change the canvas size. We're gonna go. Okay. Oh, where's my cursor? There it is. Export as PNG. And we're gonna call it Shrambo. God, my stomach just made a big noise. I've written Scrambo. Shrambo. Okay, yes, perfect Shramb. And then we want to make sure that we go beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep. Beep. Bon, beep. And then in the charity zone, we want to add a new dude. And it's a Shrambo. There's our guy. He's quite big. Gonna make him a little dude. There you go. Oh, I should probably put all these dudes behind me, huh? I need to be in front of them. There, you can hide in my hair. He's hiding in the seagrass. Okay, we're gonna pop him right here. And I think that's probably where we're gonna end the stream today. So you're fine as you're good. Because it is getting quite late. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to any of you who gave some kelp to our dudes. I honestly didn't know if I was gonna be able to raise anything, but I thought I'd give it a go anyway. Because, I mean, I donate every year, and since I've started streaming, I thought, oh, I might as well do a thing. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we have managed to give some stuff to some people who do good bits and bobs. And we can feed some kelp to our little dudes. So thank you everyone who's turned up, had a good time. Let me make sure everything's all happy and closed. Brilliant, love it.
I'll see you all tomorrow, at some point tomorrow, where I might play one of the games from the collection, or I might do some Monster Hunter, because I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter lately, and I just enjoy it a lot. So we'll see how we're feeling tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out. Bye 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 bye.